Hurricanes and typhoons are the same weather phenomenon, tropical cyclones. A tropical cyclone is a generic term used by meteorologists to describe a rotating, organised system of clouds and thunderstorms that originate over tropical or subtropical waters and has closed low-level circulation. Tornadoes are much narrower, but can be deadly too, with the intensity of speed at their centre threateningly powerful. Be sure to stay tuned to the end of this video to discover the worst hurricanes and tornadoes in history. The weakest tropical cyclones are called tropical depressions. If a depression intensifies such that its maximum sustained winds reach 39 miles per hour, the tropical cyclone becomes a tropical storm. Once a tropical storm cyclone reaches maximum sustained winds of 74 miles per hour or higher, it is then classified as a hurricane, typhoon, or tropical cyclone, depending upon where the storm originates in the world. In the North Atlantic, Central North Pacific, and Eastern North Pacific, the term hurricane is used. The same type of disturbance in the Northwest Pacific is called a typhoon. Meanwhile, in the South Pacific and Indian Ocean, the generic term tropical cyclone is used, regardless of the strength of wind associated with the weather system. The ingredients for tropical cyclones include a pre-existing weather disturbance, warm tropical oceans, moisture, and relatively light winds. If the right conditions persist long enough, they can combine to produce the violent winds, large waves, torrential rains, and floods we associate with this phenomenon. At times, when a weather system does not meet all these conditions, but is forecast to bring tropical storm or hurricane force winds to land in the next day or two, it is generally known as a potential tropical cyclone in the Atlantic Basin and the Central and Eastern North Pacific basins. In the Atlantic, hurricane season officially runs from June 1 to November 30. 97% of tropical cyclone activity occurs during this period. However, there is nothing magical about these dates. Hurricanes can and do occur outside of this time. We now turn to tornadoes, which are small-scale circulations that are rarely more than a few hundred feet across when they touch the ground. Most tornadoes grow out of severe thunderstorms that develop in the high wind shear environment of the United States Central Plains during spring and early summer. Many tornadoes form when the large-scale wind flow leads to a violent clash between moist, warm air travelling north from the Gulf of Mexico and cold, dry continental air coming from the United States Northwest. Tornadoes can also form in many other locations and from other forcing factors. For example, a hurricane making landfall may trigger many tornadoes to form. Tornado wind speeds may reach 100 to 300 miles per hour and cause havoc on the ground. But tornadoes typically last only a few minutes and rarely travel more than 10 or 20 miles along the ground. Tornadoes have little impact on storms that spawn them or collectively on the global circulation of the atmosphere. This killer weather system was first detected over the tropical Atlantic on August 27 in the year 1900. While the history of the track and intensity is not fully documented, the system reached Cuba as a tropical storm on September 3 and moved into the southeastern Gulf of Mexico on the 5th. A general west-northwest motion occurred over the Gulf, accompanied by rapid intensification. By the time the storm had reached the Texas coast south of Galveston late on September 8, it was a Category 4 hurricane. After landfall, the cyclone turned northward through the Great Plains. It became extratropical and turned east-northeast on September 11, passing across the Great Lakes, New England, and southeastern Canada. It was last spotted over the North Atlantic on September 15. This hurricane was the deadliest weather disaster in United States history. Storm tides of 8 to 15 feet inundated the whole of Galveston Island, as well as other portions of the nearby Texas coast. These tides were largely responsible for the 8,000 deaths attributed to the storm. The damage to property was estimated at $30 million, which in the modern era would be approaching $1.5 billion. The tri-state tornado of March 18, 1925 remains the deadliest in US history, killing 695 people as it travelled from southeastern Missouri through southern Illinois and into southwestern Indiana. Illinois was the worst hit, with around 600 deaths, entire towns and farms destroyed, and thousands left homeless after the tornado. The tornado ventured more than 219 miles, which is the longest track for a single tornado. Today, it would be classified as an F5, the highest category, with winds exceeding speeds of 300 miles per hour.